Hello, I'm Michael Diamond, and you're watching Muscle Central. Okay, the first thing I want you to do, I want you to subscribe and turn on your notifications. All right, with the release of the autopsy report for George Peterson, uh, we learned a couple of things inadvertently. Uh, Interestingly, on the toxicology part of the report, is where they're testing for drugs. Now, they found no recreational drugs, but of course, they find anabolics. Uh, Curiously, all they found was EQ and Winstrol, and naturally, his testosterone levels were pretty high. So it appears that he was only using test EQ and Winstrol, which is a little unusual, especially pre-contest. It's no secret these guys are using uh, substances in some way more than they should be using, to the point of absolute abuse. But these guys are generally using more than what was found in his report. So it leads me to wonder, was he using stuff, or was he believe, or did he believe he was using things that he wasn't actually using? Was some of his gear fake? Uh, Depending on where your sources are, you get from some of these underground labs, you have no idea the quality, the purity, you're really taking a big gamble. There are kits out there that you can get online, so you can test your stuff. It doesn't tell you how much is in it, but it'll tell you whether it's real or not. So it's a good chance that he was using some fake gear. Now, what are we learning from this? Uh, Learning a couple of things. Uh, Most of these guys are probably using a lot more things than they really need to be using. Uh, Not making a difference if they were using a bit less, but putting a bigger risk factor involved for using some of the cocktails that some of these guys are using. Uh, George Peterson was like 2, 3 days out from a show, and all he was in the system, like I said, it was the EQ, Winstrol, and obviously test. Great genetics, trained like an animal, and ate well. And look what he accomplished. So we learned that more than likely people using way more than they need to be, and it's not even making a difference, and they're increasing their health, the risk factor. Also, what we're learning is, if a pro, a guy at the top of the sport, one of the elite athletes in the sport, if a pro is using some fake gear, what do you think is going on with a lot of these guys in the gym that are just grabbing up this, buying this shit just because they want to look good? They don't even have any intentions on standing on a stage. So if pro is being bamboozled, then that average Joe, probably a large percentage of them, being fooled also. And when they're not getting the results that they're expecting, the one who's selling to them is probably convincing them that, well, it's probably because you need more, and they'll sell you larger amounts. All right, I'm going to bring this video to a close. To sum it all up, the autopsy report from George Peterson taught us a couple of things. One is that you probably don't need a hell of a lot of substances to be able to perform at the elite level. So some good stuff, some real stuff, good genetics, eat properly, train properly, and if, like I said, if you have the genetics for it, it'll come out. No need to go into some of these crazy protocols. And we also learned it's a word to the average Joe in the gym who just wants to look good and is in a rush to grab up and buy some gear. If a pro could be fooled, then you probably being fooled also. Okay, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please share and by all means subscribe. Do not forget to hit the notification bell. This way, every time I put up a new video, you will be notified. Also, if you go to the description box, you're going to find some links there. One link is to the Muscle Central Facebook page. Any questions, you can go there, DM me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Also, you're going to find links to Species Nutrition and Mr. Potts Protein. Click on both those links. Go to both those websites and check out all their great products. Once again, this is Michael Diamond, and I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.